Mercer County, two Bluefield residents are now facing felony charges, including child endangerment, after a high-speed chase beginning in Bluefield and ending on I-77 with speeds exceeding 100 miles an hour last week. 29-year-old Eric Robinson and Georgia Nelson of Bluefield are facing numerous charges after that chase. According to the criminal complaint, when officers initiated a stop, the driver, identified as Robinson, refused to do so on Cherry Street, heading toward Route 460. Reportedly, speeds exceeded 100 miles an hour on 460 eastbound as the car made its way to I-77, taking the Withville exit. That's where West Virginia State Police took over, stopping the car after a short pursuit. The pair was arrested and taken into custody, and their 4-year-old child was in the vehicle as well. The child was turned over to the appropriate authorities. Now, Robinson is charged with one felony count of fleeing from an officer with reckless indifference, one count of felony child neglect creating risk of injury or death. That's along with multiple other charges. He is free on a $30,000 bond. Now, Nelson is charged with one count of possessing a controlled substance with intent to deliver, along with conspiracy against the state, and she's free on a $10,000 bond.